It's Saturday afternoon, Des Moines. Actually, good snowy Saturday afternoon, Des Moines. My name is Lee McQueen. This is Blue.Green.Fusion, and I'm broadcasting live from the Des Moines Amplify.com studios, downtown Des Moines. And I just want to say that I really enjoyed the visit with Bill Stowe last week. And he was just in time, actually, since we're having severe weather today. And those of you who caught the show might have heard his good advice last week. And basically, we covered quite a few topics, and I'm going to get to that. But I just want to make one announcement that the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting is going to be next Thursday, December 16th at 5:30 p.m. And that's the City Hall on Robert Ray Drive. And so that might be an interesting meeting to catch. Back to Bill Stowe, but yes, he was a wonderful guest. It was a great show. I learned quite a lot myself on a personal level. And then hopefully those who watched also were able to follow the many topics that we covered. And I'll just do a small summary. Basically, although the show topic was stormwater, we also went through the Public Works Department and looked at their website. He talked about individual responsibility, responsibility to our families, and then also responsibility to our neighbors in our community in terms of flood control, paying attention to the weather, staying informed, staying alert and aware, and being kind to one another. Also, very importantly, he recommended that we don't park on the streets on snow days, especially the priority streets, and to drive carefully, which is very timely advice for today, and to help our neighbors. He did give us a website to go to. The Polk County Emergency Management website. And I got it up on the screen right now. Let's see if I can get to it real quick. All right. There. Put that up there. This is the Polk County Emergency Management website. And he recommended that we go to Code Red, and he described it as a place online where you can sign up to receive alerts about or notifications about emergencies happening in Polk County. You can put in your address here, your contact information, your mobile phone number, things like that, and then verify it. And then they can give you direct commentary or recommendations to, evacuate, or, instructions on where to go in case of an emergency. And so he did mention, we were talking about Lake Delhi and the flooding that occurred up there, and the fact that people were able to escape with their lives because they made sure to inform each other rather than passively waiting for help to come. They took action and helped themselves. And so it was all just very good information that was discussed. There's also a non-emergency number that can be used. And this is, well, actually a non-emergency website to interact with the Public Works Department. That's dmgov.org, and that's where you can put in your service request. The non-emergency number is 283-4950, and then the emergency phone number, of course, is 911. We also talked about temporary jobs that are coming open probably about February or March in terms of construction. They're seasonal. You'll need a commercial driver's license, and that you can also view the past show, because in that show, Bill did give his assessment on what makes for a good public works employee. Emphasis being on service. And so We went through so many things, and I can't cover them all again today. Hopefully, he will return to the show. That would be wonderful if he could. He has a standing invitation. A few topics that we did not cover that were asked about. Didn't have enough time to go into it, but I can touch on it today. And one that was brought up was the possibility of turning vacant city-owned lots into green space or urban gardens, specifically lots at 18th and 235, and then 19th and Day Street. And the process for that, if it would be, and I'm curious if it would be the city that would do that since they are city-owned lots, or would it be something that the citizens would have to take action on and pursue themselves, either with city help or with city permission and the citizens doing the work? Good question, and hopefully we'll figure that one out too. And then another question, how do elderly and disabled clear their sidewalks, or what's the expectation in that arena? I'm not entirely sure. I can't say for sure or speak on anyone's behalf, but it might be in that instance, it goes back to looking out for our neighbors. If you have a neighbor or a relative that you know is unable to do that physical labor of bending and then lifting several pounds of snow, it might be the case that that's where we step in, or us as citizens, we step in to become the heroes that we also discussed during the show. Just the average, everyday hero that does something good for someone else, just for being, a good person or having a good heart. If there's another solution to that, I'd be interested in maybe getting a message online or some kind of feedback on that. I'll wait to hear, or maybe I'll pursue that along with the other question that came up. So all very good information. I thank him very much for being on the show, and we look forward to another return very soon with some more advice about the weather that we're having out here. Okay, so that's pretty much sums up the opening comments. I'm going to go right into headlines that I have held for a while. I don't think they're too aged, but they're very interesting, and I wanted to make sure to comment on it. Today's show topic is recycling, and so I'm just going to go ahead and lead through some general headlines and then get right to the show topic. The first one comes from the December 7th, and that's Tuesday's Des Moines Register. And I'll put it on the camera right here. Let's see if I can unfurl that. Students gain hands-on experience. And let's see. Engineers Training Center gives practical view of the entire construction process. And so these are high school students that are actually getting trained by professionals in the industry, which is great. And, nothing like the real thing to tell you what it's all about. For 23 high school students, these exercises on a recent school day were a chance to get a hands-on lesson in construction as part of a construction trades pre-apprenticeship program offered by Des Moines Central Campus. And it's somewhat of a well-kept secret, but now the secret's out, and it sounds like they're doing great work, and I hope that program does continue, but you can read more about it in the West Register section of the Des Moines Register.